Hi, and welcome to Sofarecordings here on MUXX TV. I'm so happy to have you on the show today. It's quite an honor to have Kelly Sloan on the show, all the way from Canada. But you've been here in Europe for a couple of days, right? Or for a while.
I think so. I think it's been a couple days.
You're not jet lagged anymore?
A little bit, but I'm okay. I'm in a good mood.
That's very good. And you make beautiful music. You have an album that's not that new anymore, but it's the newest album called Big Deal. We're going to be hearing some songs off that album. Are we also going to be hearing songs from the other two albums you've made?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? Well, I'm looking forward to that as well. We're going to be talking about your life, about how you started making music, and that you didn't start writing music till 2008. Is that right?
That is true.
Why did you start so late?
I always walked around the house singing little ditties and stuff, but I never thought of writing them down or actually developing them into a song until a friend suggested that we just record it and see what happens. And then all of a sudden I had an album, so now I'm here. I'm doing this.
And you've been doing it for 10 years now, which is amazing. We're going to talk a lot today, so I would love to hear something first. So we can kind of get in the Kelly Sloan mood. So we're going to be hearing the first song called Tracers. What kind of song is that? What's it about?
It's a song inspired by raccoons. We have a lot of those in Canada, and they're very cute and very bad. And so this one particular raccoon kept breaking into my house and destroying everything and sleeping in my bed. And so I wrote a song about it, and it can also mean other things, different relationships you might have in your life and stuff, but it is inspired by a raccoon named Richard. We had to name him because he had been around so often.
And is he still in your life, or has he?
I moved. He won. He beat me. He got the house, and I moved away.
Raccoons, people in Germany don't really know, but they're really, really cute, but they can wreak havoc.
Yes, and their hands are very useful. They can do anything like pry open windows and garbage cans and cupboards and everything. But they're adorable, so it's a difficult relationship that we have with raccoons.
So it's like a love-hate song, which you can apply to lots of other relationships.
Exactly.
Well, we look forward to that. Thank you so much, Tracers.
All right, here we go.
I closed the back door tight, 'cause I saw you once or twice. You were creeping through the dark of night, coming to my door, and I tried, but you come back to me. Checking traces left and right, bits of light to remember you by. There's 1,000 homes on the street tonight, and you're coming to my door, and I tried, but you come back to me. And you don't wanna leave. Covered in your broken light, you're a figment of someone passing by. You're coming to my door, and I try, but you come back to me. And you don't wanna leave. And baby, come back to me. Then you won't wanna leave.
thank you so much. I can't believe that we started talking about raccoons before we talk about where you come from and that kind of stuff. It's amazing.
Crazy, eh?
You are from Ottawa. I grew up there. What is it like growing up in Ottawa?
Well, I'm actually from the Ottawa Valley, so it's quite nice. It's beautiful landscape, really nice people, mostly Irish, Scottish, English kind of immigrants. So there's lots of kitchen parties, there's fiddlers, lots of tomfoolery and music, and I don't know, countryside. And
what is your first memory of music growing up? Or one of the first memories?
That's a good question. I know that most of my family lived in Toronto, but my mom, my brother, and I lived in the Ottawa Valley. So we drove back and forth a lot, which is 4 hours, which is not really a lot for a Canadian. But so there were lots of hours spent in the car, and I would sing along to all my mom's CDs. Most of them were pretty awful, but I would sing at the top of my lungs to these albums. And so that was when I guess my mom realized that I'm singing on key and I'm an enthusiastic singer, and thought maybe I should put her into lessons. And so she put me into lessons before I knew that I was a singer or that I liked it or anything.
Well, I want to talk about what were these terrible CDs? What was the terrible music your mom was listening to?
I'm going to insult so many people.
That's okay. It's okay to have an own opinion about music.
Okay, well, these aren't terrible at all. I actually love them, and I'm probably gonna go see some around Christmas. But like she always had Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables playing, and so those were great. I know all those songs. We would definitely listen to Rock Voisine, which is a Canadian artist from the 90s, I guess. He was a heartthrob. He sang love songs about his wife, so everyone was just like
a kind of like a Jason
heels.
Donovan type, more, or
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we listened to that a lot. Tom Cochrane, which is another Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Young, Simply Red. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm admitting all this stuff. Anyway, this is where my mother's tastes were, and this is how I got my start.
Very mixed up. I mean, Phantom of the Opera and Simply Red just, but it's good that you got to listen to so many different kinds of music. We're going to talk about more about that, but we're going to listen to Be the Woman and the Man. What is that song all about? So
this song is, it's a waltz that I wrote. Not many people my age are writing waltzes, but I'm a little old-fashioned sometimes. So I wrote this because I was living in a house with all guys, and I'm a doer. I like doing things. I like getting things done, and maybe the people I was living with, they had other things that they wanted to do. So for so long, I was looking at the backyard, and there was garbage wood everywhere and stuff, and I wanted a shed so badly. And it made me angry for months and months and months until I thought, well, why can't I do this myself? So I did it. I built a shed by myself.
Wow.
With a handsaw and a drill. And it took a lot of thinking and planning to figure out how to get this large structure up with one person. And in the end, I did it. And it's still standing. So I'm really proud of myself. And I guess... that song was inspired by that experience, and sometimes, you just have to be the woman and the man and just get it all done.
Absolutely. What did the guys say after you got it done?
Nothing.
Yeah, I lived in a place with two guys who didn't do anything either, and it's for us women, it's hard. It's hard, but
but you know what? I am so proud of myself,
you should be.
That's all. That's all I needed. I didn't need any thanks from anyone else.
That's actually the best thing to be. So
actually, my brother is a carpenter. If I can,
yes, please.
And he said that he was very proud of me for building it, and said I did a good job. And that was like the bee's knees. That was Then
you don't need the guys who you lived with there. Forget about them.
Yeah.
We're gonna listen to now. Be the Woman and the Man.
That's right.
think and sat in darkness still in their house upon the hill. And then one day it rained with the pain of yesterday. For 40 nights she stayed till the dreams did go away. 'Cause the shadow never stays. And then she didn't understand. She'd be the woman and the man. So all day long she sang while fixing everything and wiping off the stove. Maybe 3 times, maybe more. And soon she came to find he wasn't on her mind. But her hands were never still in the house upon the hill. 'Cause the shadow never will. And then she didn't understand. She'd be the woman and the man. And then she did understand. She'd be the woman and the man.
I can feel your pain. I remember when I was living with these two guys, we had a guest room and it was so full of cans and bottles at one point that we got something like $450 when we brought the cans and bottles back. Ooh. And we had no guests because there was no place to sleep. So, but I had no brother to teach me that, how to deal with men. How did your brother help you with your experiences with men on the level of, being friends? And do you incorporate that in your music sometimes? I mean, you just did, actually.
Yeah. I don't know what... I love you, Matthew, but I don't know what he taught me. He kind of left me to the wolves to figure out how to do it myself, which is fine, and I did. I mean, he'd never let anything bad happen to me, but... having a little sister is not that cool when you're in high school and stuff. So he let me figure it out. And basically, I've learned just to, you can be angry about lots of things, or you can just do it yourself.
That's true.
And relieve all that anxiety. And it's made me very independent and self-sufficient. And I've learned how to do a lot of things. And was also raised by a single mother. And in the country, all by herself with no family around. And she could pretty much do anything. And more than anything, it was her that taught me how to be independent and how to look after yourself.
It sounds like a lot of love, not only between you and your brother, but also with your mom. You said that she brought you to music and that she noticed that you had a talent. Mm-hmm. Was she happy that you decided to go this direction, or would she rather have you play music on the side and become a doctor or something like that?
It's funny. My family really, really wanted me to do music. And of course, as a teenager, I rebelled and said absolutely not. And I transferred schools and got a degree in something totally unrelated.
Like what?
International development. Mm-hmm. And then somehow, they're very disappointed. But then somehow I ended up falling into doing music anyway. And now that they see how difficult a career in music is, I think they do regret wanting me to pursue that. they're all very proud of me, and I think they're very proud that I'm across the ocean and I'm touring around. But I'm sure they would like me to have a stable career where I'll have, a retirement fund, and I don't even know what that is, and like owning a house or something.
It's
But
just stuff.
they've accepted what I do, and they're proud of me for being for working hard at it, and yeah.
And that's so lucky. I think a lot of artists don't have families that would be unhappy that somebody did an international development or got an international development degree. So that is lucky that you have them on both sides, that they're happy for you now and that they're a little bit worried about you. That just sounds like a lot of love.
Yeah.
Your only ride, does that have to do with love?
Sure, in a way. Your only ride, it was inspired by a specific time in my life when I was feeling pretty low and living somewhere where I didn't want to be, and I wanted to go home. And I only had one drive to get home, but it was like in 2 days I had to pack up my life and leave. But it means everything. It means, a lot of creative people and a lot of non-creative people, they have this motor going inside them that serves to drive them forward, but also serves to make them crazy half the time. And so my brain was always, trying to, bring me down in a way, but also, every day would be this cycle of so hard, and then I would get this motivation to start, like it would really push me to move forward. And then in the morning, every single day, it would start again. So your only ride, it also means like in life, as far as we know, this is your only shot. So every morning, wake up, and no matter how hard it is, just keep doing it again. And the beautiful thing is you're going to wake up again, and it's going to be hard, but you're going to wake up again, and you're going to keep moving.
I like that way of thinking. Mm-hmm. Your only ride.
Thank you.
It's over, amen. Now it's already starting again. I'm in over my head. I've been shaking myself, knowing my face, these sounds and noises that I keep trying to shut out. Let me go, let me know, and let me out of this feeling deep inside. Then I hear a voice calling, tell me to shut her down. Don't worry about where you are, where you were, where you can't be now. It's all in your head, and it doesn't even matter, 'cause this is your only ride. This is your only ride. Oh. Tomorrow you will be fine. Your chest will softly rise, and you will begin again. Too many times before I was soaring through the rubble, I was tasting toil and trouble, watching myself crumble. I was peeling back the layers, it was rotten through and through. I was feeling so lost, I was feeling so blue, so blue, that I turned to you. I didn't know what to do. My bones, they were aching, was shaking through and through. You told me, hold on. straight, but I'm losing my legs. I am stumbling and fumbling through an open gate. I'm falling and calling both and singing on hard. The feel of the wheel and the weight of a broken heart. It's here, it's near, then it's far away. I died, I've gone, I've blown away. It's over, amen. Now I can start over again. This is your only right. This is your only right. Oh, tomorrow you will be fine. Your chest will softly rise, and you will begin again.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful song. Oops,
Thank
I'm
you.
Tripping over the.
So many chords. Careful, careful.
When you're a singer-songwriter, and you just told me a story about how you were somewhere you didn't want to be there, you're carrying your thoughts and your feelings kind of like on a silver tablet for everybody to see. Is that scary sometimes? I mean, I could ask you now, where were you living, and why did you want to get out of there, and would you want to tell me, or do you feel like some of the stuff is private and you sing about it and that's enough?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't necessarily like being specific about it because I write these songs for me to process what I went through. And if I leave it kind of open so that it's not just specific to my own experience, then often others can find parallels to what they're experiencing. And that's a way for me to connect with the listeners. Did that answer your question?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So when you write from your personal experience, and you're very, very deep, but you like to keep it that way. People can ask questions, but you're not going to tell them everything about what's going on in your life.
I don't need to.
Yeah, you don't have to. Absolutely,
by
not.
writing the song, it helped me process it anyway. So I'm good now. Now that I wrote the song.
But it was quite a long time ago. Whenever this happened,
Yeah.
right? So is it singing it now? Does it always bring up the old feelings, and does it annoy you that you have to sing it over and over? Or not annoy you, but is it hard for you to sing it over and over again because it actually is processed?
No, because at different points in my life, it can become relevant again. And it could take on different meanings depending on what I'm going through, 10 years later, 20 years later. And it's okay to revisit these things that you went through. Like, I really enjoy getting older, not necessarily the changes in my face and body and stuff, but I love getting older for what it does to our minds and our confidence and stuff. And I'm happy and comfortable with looking back at what I have been through, and it makes me feel stronger. And I feel so lucky that I'm here and that I've gone through these learning experiences.
Is the song 13 about being 13?
Yeah.
So actually, that's going back in the past too. What happened when you were 13?
Well, this one, I have to tell you, this is off an album that I did, but I did not write this song. This is a Big Star song, and this is about being 13 years old, but this is an older song. It's from the early 70s. And so, yeah, it is this precious, innocent song about being 13 years old, but I find it maybe a little different to how 13-year-olds are nowadays. I think it's pretty different.
In which way?
Well, first of all, they're all better at computers than we are.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Big time.
Yeah.
They have more distractions. Things are, I think, a bit more complicated. They're not as simple as they used to be. maybe not as innocent as they used to be.
I think you're absolutely right. I think they have a hard time sometimes because they have so much input from all over the place.
Yeah.
This song is not about now. This song was about how it was back then. So we're going to listen to the lyrics now, and then I'll talk to you about being 13 afterwards.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Let me do this for 1 second. All right.
Would you let me walk you home from school? Would you let me meet you at the pool? Maybe Friday I can get some tickets for the dance, and I will take you. Won't you tell your dad get off my back? Won't you tell what we said about painted black? Rock and roll is here to stay. Come inside where it's okay, and I will shake you. Won't you tell me what you're thinking of? Would you be an outlaw for my love? If it's so, then let me know. If it's no, then I can't go. I can't make you.
Oh, the heartache that you have when you're 13 years old. It's amazing. Oh, it's actually kind of a cool feeling if you look back on it. At least it was for me, even though it was so terrible, the love and stuff that you had. You couldn't, whatever.
It was unbearable.
It was unbearable, absolutely.
Yeah.
When you were driving back and forth from Ottawa Valley to Toronto with your mom, you listened to your mom's music. Mm-hmm. But when you're about 13, 14, you probably start listening to your own kind of music. What were you listening to at home?
Well, I adored my brother, so I would listen to anything he was listening to. So around that time, there was lots of Nirvana and stuff like that, Pink Floyd, and but what was I listening to? I remember going to the library and taking out some cassette tapes, which today's 13-year-olds wouldn't know what those are.
I know. And Walkmans.
Yeah, I know, Walkmans. They probably don't even know what a Discman is.
I don't think
it's
so,
incredible.
No.
So yeah, I got out a bunch of cassette tapes from the library, and I got Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, Ella Fitzgerald, some Frank Sinatra, stuff like that. And I thought, if I'm going to learn music, I got to start with the greats and see how they did it. And that was kind of my base. And then,
but how did you know they were the greats? Did someone tell you that, or did you kind of look it up? Or
I don't know how I knew that. I mean, I'm sure that I had heard their names at some point, and thought, well, they must be good if people are still talking about them. So yeah, I mean, Aretha Franklin, Ella Fitzgerald, Nina Simone, those were my favorites when I was a kid.
And did you get to ever see any of them, I mean, the ones who are still alive, any of them live on stage?
No, I didn't get to see any of those. I did see Bob Dylan a couple times. I've seen a lot of great shows, a lot of my inspirations. I got to see Sharon Jones and stuff, and but yeah, not those three or those four. But I mean, I still listen to them, and I know all their stuff. And
what is the song "Made of Wood" about?
This is another song that I wrote. It's on a previous album, and I wrote it about when I lived on the east coast of Canada. And I loved it. The people there are very much like the people from the Ottawa Valley. They're very friendly, and they have lots of kitchen parties, and they know how to live well.
You're into kitchen parties, I think, because you've mentioned them twice already.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, music used to be more of a communal thing where everybody got together and played. It wasn't like this, oh, you're a singer, you play for us. It used to be more of something that everyone did together. And yeah, it didn't used to be such an exclusive thing. So yeah, I like the concept. And my dad's from Ireland and stuff, so there's a bit of that in me as well. So yeah, on the East Coast, the people are fantastic, and I loved it. But the weather didn't suit me very well. I think I was made to be born in the Mediterranean, and there was a mix-up somehow, and I ended up in Canada.
Well, with an Irish father, I mean, there's no Mediterranean in there, but maybe your mother's side.
No, they're Russian English, so I don't. But we're Black Irish, so we're dark-skinned. So maybe like a long, long time ago, there was some sort of Mediterranean something that got on the island and got into us, but. So the weather was really difficult for me to take, and it was very frustrating because everybody who lived there, they seemed impervious to it. They were always, happy, and they didn't notice that we hadn't seen sunlight in a month. And for me, I was just dying. It was awful. So it was just talking about those differences. Like I'm made of wood and you're made of stone. Like we're made of different things, and I need different things, and that's what it's about.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to listening to it. Thank you.
I have come and I'll stay. I built that house by the lake. With or without you in that house, I will spend my days. I am made of wood and you are made of clay. If the seas had flowed through my veins, I would stay a while and face the rain. But I'm made of trees that grow where I am from. I am made of wood and you are made of stone. I have come and I'll trees that grow where I am from. I am made of wood and you are made of stone.
I can feel the warmth in your voice, so that must be running through your veins.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The next song is called Divorce, and is it about your parents?
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. Oh.
But it's really funny because I first played this at a show in Toronto, and both my parents happened to be there, which is not common. It doesn't happen that regularly. And I actually wrote this song about a friend of mine, their parents. But I felt this nervous, anxious need to explain how, Mom and Dad, I know you're in the crowd, but I just want you to know it's not about you. I'm okay with how it went. And I got talking about it so much that it got so awkward and it was so hilarious. My cousins were laughing so hard at the back of the room. But so it's actually not about my parents because, divorce happens. And as long as you can respect the person afterwards, respect the time you had together, respect the fact that you did once love each other, then it's okay. It's totally fine. So, yeah, this song is just about, if it comes to an end like that, just appreciate and respect that time that you had with that person whom you loved and shake hands and walk in separate directions.
But that's actually a nice message. I mean, even if it were about your parents, it would be fine. Or how did they react after you were talking about it on stage and being a bit awkward about it?
Well, I don't know. I think, once you hear the song, you realize it's not a sad song. But sometimes I like to be a little bit provocative or something in a way that, I just named it Divorce. So people are like, that's weird, like, what is this going to be about? But yeah, it is. It's just it's an okay song about divorce, and I also made it.
What do you mean by okay song?
No, it's a fantastic song.
Oh, I see.
About how divorce can be okay, and I wrote it in a way that it's really like chilled and relaxed. Like you could picture being on a beach listening to this song, but it's called Divorce, so that weird contrast kind of throws people off, which I like. I kind of like making people a bit uncomfortable sometimes.
Well, I'm not feeling uncomfortable at all,
Great.
Which is good. I hope you're not either at home, but we are going to listen to Divorce now. And I think the name Divorce really, I thought I was going to come and you're going to say, yes, it was so terrible with my parents back then, but it's not at all. So that's
No,
good,
it's not
actually.
so bad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I got to get my... I got to get some things set up here because I have a whole band with me under my feet here. Okay, let me make sure I'm pretty much in tune. It's pretty good. The German air seems to be pretty good for the guitar. Okay, I think that works. All right.
Did you get my papers? I went through your figures. We forgot to mention all the years we had together. When it's all down on paper, like a sad little story, we give fodder to the lawyers to burn down our little city. Can we just say I don't love you? Can we just I don't love you. There once was a rhythm that we both felt in secret, and we both knew that somehow it would lead us to the clearing. Then the smoke blew over, and we forgot the story, and our own little feelings took the message and the meaning. Can we just say, I don't love you? Can we just say, I don't love you? You know that I'm just fine, and so am I. Then maybe we should try a little harder. Baby, come back to me. You're taking your time to leave. I'm giving you all you need to bring me closer to you.
You have such a subtle and great way of conveying a feeling with your music. I think that's how I would describe when I listen to your music, how it makes me feel. And you started writing music 2008, like about 10 years ago. I read that you said your third album, Big Deal, is more sophisticated than the other two albums. Why do you say that?
Did I say that? Oh dear, no.
Well, anyway, the internet says that you said that.
Okay, well, the internet's always right, so okay. I think probably what I meant is I had a bit of space. I did an album in 2008, then 2010, and then I waited till 2016. So there was a space in there. So I felt more confident in what I was doing. And the first albums, I'm happy and proud of them, but I kind of just like, let's try this. Okay, and we did it. And it's kind of like that, fake it till you make it thing. And I actually felt like I had a better handle on what I was doing. And I had more confidence to make the decisions with the album in terms of the musicians and the producer. And I felt like I had a good idea. And yeah, it does represent me the most, I think, and where I want to go with my music. So,
is that why it's called Big Deal? This is it, by the way.
Yeah, that's it. That's my hometown. That's the town of Elmont, and I'm on top of the tallest mill on the roof. The photographer actually was too scared to go up, and he sent his wife instead. So she took that picture of me. And so it's called Big Deal. That's the title track, and I will play that for you during this interview at some point. And so Big Deal, it's called that because being a songwriter and a musician is it's a strange thing because there's lots of highs and lows. So you go from playing in front of a crowd and everyone's looking at you and they're clapping and you feel like, wow, a big deal. And then you maybe go home and call your mom and say, do you have any leftovers, because I have no food, and 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 I picked it because you can say big deal in a couple different ways. You can say like, wow, that's a big deal, or like, oh, big deal. Mm-hmm. And that's how it often feels, going back and forth between the two constantly every day. Mm-hmm.
Another song on the album is called Turn to Me, which you're going to be playing now. What kind of song is that?
So this is a song, I have many different influences. So it's hard for me I never mean to be pretentious when I say I can't describe my music. It's only because I have lots of different influences. So this one started out as kind of a folk song, a Celtic-y song, and then we kind of, in the studio, turned it into, it has a 60s pop vibe, especially on the album with these big drums and, the wall of sound thing. So yeah, this started out as a pretty folk song, and yeah, it turned a little vintage pop. And what is it about? I don't know. It's kind of like a traditional folk song. It's about a woman yearning for her man who's, Lord knows what he's done, but he's on the run or something.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's interesting that you say it's pretentious that you can't describe, or that you can't describe your music, because I think it's the other people who describe people's music. It's your heart that's speaking. So I think you really don't have to describe it. We just have to listen.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if you have any suggestions on how I can sell this music and explain it to people, let me know. But for now, it's the music I write.
And it's perfect. Turn to Me. Thank you.
All right.
Turn to me, I called your name, my darling. Too much to ask, I suppose, to hear a lonesome calling. Turn to me, I saw you there this morning. My father knows what you have done, and he won't want you a-calling. Come to me, baby, run into my arms. Come to me, we can dream under the stars. Turn to me, I will never be too far away. Oh, come and be my love. Turn to me, I don't know why you're running. My stars are right when you are here now. All the rains are falling. Turn to me, you don't know where you're going. I'll follow you and take you in, and I'll live alone forever. Come to me, baby, run into my arms. Come to me, we can dream under the stars. Turn to me, I will never be too far. Oh, come to me, baby, run into my arms. Come to me, I will never be too far away. Oh, come and be my love.
A beautiful song. Thank you so much. You are on tour now in Europe, all the way from Canada, being on tour all over the place all the time. Does it take a toll? Do you have to do yoga to kind of, or any kind of sport to kind of make you have the power to, or the energy to go on stage all the time?
Yeah, I mean, these things they are quite exhausting. Even not just all the travel and stuff, but expending that amount of energy on stage and giving so much emotionally, it's exhausting. So when I can, I try to get outside before shows. I go on walks and stuff. And when I get home, I'm definitely going to sleep for a day. And then, I'm going to get back into my yoga and swimming and all that stuff.
Oh, you do yoga? That was actually just, I was just guessing. But
yeah, I do for sure. Yeah.
So that's something that makes you feel strong.
Yeah, it does really help. And it gets out all those kinks and everything. And it allows you to be very quiet and do things slowly, and also I do hot yoga, so I'm always cold, and so it's great. For an hour, I just get to be hot.
Speaking about being quiet, do you do yoga listening to music, or do you do it completely peaceful because you can't listen to any more music right now when you're doing that kind of stuff? Yeah,
I do. The place I go to is kind of an authentic, like Indian yoga studio. And so it is quiet. There's none of this like Jack Johnson being played or some like, you know what I mean? Like, and I really prefer that because people don't usually think about this, but as a musician, when there's music on, I'm tuned into it. So I'm not really relaxed. Like if I'm getting a massage and you're playing waves with like a harp or something, I'm thinking about the chord progressions and all these things. I'm not relaxing. So yeah, sometimes it is nice to have that silence. A break.
Absolutely. What is the song Colors about?
Colors. This is a song, this is another one off an album I did I think I released it in April. It's called Impressions, and they're not my songs, but they're all the songs that, influenced me and that I grew up on. So this is a Donovan song. It's a folk song. It's a really beautiful love song. He's talking about his love, and I really love it because it's simple and it's beautiful. But then the last verse kind of really makes you think all of a sudden, like, what is he talking about? He says, freedom is a word I rarely use without thinking of the time when I've been loved. And it's like, what? Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I just love it because it goes deeper there.
Do you remember when you heard it the first time? Or a time when you really listened to the lyrics and thought, oh, wow. When it hit you?
No, I don't remember.
It wasn't while you were doing yoga. That's for sure.
That's right.
That's for sure.
That's
Colors.
right. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to do a little tuning job here. All right. I'm going to make this beautiful, deep guitar sound like a mandolin. Why? I don't know, but... All right. These are the kind of songs that maybe shouldn't do on TV because it requires a lot of tuning, but it's worth it. It's a pretty song. Might be close.
Yellow is the color of my true love's hair. In the morning when we rise, in the morning when we rise, that's the time, that's the time I love the best. And blue is the color of the sky. when we rise, that's the time, that's the time I love the best. And green is the color of the sparkling corn in the morning when we rise. In the morning when we rise, that's the time, that's the time I love the best. Mellow is the feeling that I get when I see her. When I see her, ooh, that's the time, that's the time I love the best. Freedom is a word I rarely use without thinking, without thinking of the time when I've been loved.
Yes, a very, very beautiful song. I thought I'd bring a prop to the next one. Actually, I'm going to take the guitar from you now because we're changing to the piano now.
Oh, yes.
And I brought the prop. It's on the couch. It is the telephone, the cell phone. Because you are going to be singing the song Cell Phone.
Yeah.
What is that all about? If I take a selfie, are you going to get angry or does it annoy you? Is this something that is, or is it something good? What would you say?
Here, maybe I should talk into the microphone.
I'll come over here a little bit more.
Yeah. This song is about, cell phones do a lot for us. We can stay in touch. Any question we have, Google has for us immediately. But it has really become a part of us very quickly. And sometimes it can be a bit much. Sometimes if I get a meal and it's delicious, I just want to eat it. I don't want to take a picture of it. I don't really care if anyone sees what my food looks like because I want it in my mouth, So that's the kind of thing. And it's very difficult as a musician because social media is very important and we need to be showing what we're doing and where we are and we need to connect with people. But at the same time, it's a struggle for me because I'm a private person and I like to just experience what I have in the moment. And I don't need all these people that I may or may not be close friends with to experience that with me. But I understand its function and its purpose. And so it's kind of that. So the cell phone, this song, I actually wrote it. It's kind of like the cell phone talking to its human, just saying, hey, I'm always here, and then the chorus is the human kind of saying hey, where are you now? Is it real if you're not here? Is this experience real if I don't document it with my phone?
Absolutely. I mean, I read an article, I'm afraid I don't remember which singer it was, but she was saying that people come to her concerts and she sees people recording the songs all the time. And she wonders, do they ever really listen to what they were recording? And do they ever really listen to what I'm singing on stage in the moment? How does that make you feel when you're standing on stage and, you see all the cell phones taking pictures or actually even recording your songs? It must be kind of weird.
It is strange. I mean, you're flattered that people are recording it and they're probably tweeting it or putting it on Facebook or something. And that's good. That's helpful and stuff. But hey, like I'm singing to you, like I'm singing to you and I want you to be here with me. And so it is, I'm not making any judgments about whether it's good or bad. It's just, it has become such an entrenched part of our lives that we're, I don't know, we're in a weird spot right now. And I struggle with it, definitely.
I think it's going to be interesting to see where we're headed. We're going to hear Cell Phone now, and it's, kind of also a love-hate relationship, I guess.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me make sure this is on here. Do. Okay. Do. Okay, I think I hear everything. Here we go. Where you go, where you were, when you think that it's clear, there's a time and it's near, I can make it disappear. Choose the song, choose the speed, after that it's up to me, 'cause I'm your mind and you're not free. I'll let you out, just follow me. Are you lost? Are you bored? Would you like to feel it more? But you just can't let me go, 'cause after all, I'm all you know. Help, where are you now? Help, where are you now? Is it real? If you're not here, is it real? If you're not here, are you lost? Are you found? Can you feel me all around? Is it strange to be afraid of all you know when it's not real? Where are you now? Help, where are you now? Is it real? If you're not here, is it real? If I'm not me, is it real? If you're not here, you're not here, you're not here, it's not real.
I guess I could have Googled why you decided to play the piano and the guitar while you were playing, but that would have been really rude, and I'd rather ask you. When did you start playing guitar first or piano, and do you feel at home in both areas?
I started on the piano as a kid, and I only started playing guitar when when like halfway through my first album, and I was trying to, sing the chords to the guitar player, like this chord, and he'd like play it. And so eventually I thought, God, this is going to be way easier if I just play it. So I have to learn how to play it. And also, the guitar is so much more portable. I came to guitar after, and now I've had chronic pain and arthritis since I was a kid. So it's really great for me that I get to go back and forth because it gives my hands a bit of a rest. So I'm pretty lucky that way.
And it's amazing that you haven't been playing that long then. I mean, it's only been almost maybe 10 years. People play when they're, start when they're really, really young. And so that you feel at home on the guitar is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not a fancy player or anything, but I can play chords and I feel comfortable with it.
The Barstool Blues is a song about what?
This is actually, I wanted to do this one because this is off the Impressions album. So this is actually a Neil Young song, which is, one of our great Canadian songwriters. And I did a totally different version of this song. His is really like rocking and feel like you're kind of drunk in a bar, but it's such a great song. I've always liked this song, and so I thought I'd do a totally different twist on it.
Well, then we'll listen to it. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. You guys can't see all the magic down here, but there are chords everywhere and pedals and all this stuff. So that's why I keep bending down here. Okay, so here we go.
If I could hold on to just one thought for long enough to know why my mind is moving so fast and the conversation is slow. Burn off all the fog and let the sun through to the snow. Let me see your face again before I have to go. I've seen you in the movies and in those magazines at night. Saw you on the bar stool as you held your glass so tight. I've seen you in my nightmares, and I'll see you in my dreams. I might live 1,000 years before I know what that means. Once there was a friend of mine who died 1,000 deaths. His life was filled with parasites and countless idle threats. He trusted in a woman, and on her he made his bets. Once there was a friend of mine who died 1,000 deaths.
You've made, or you did 2 albums, 2008 and 2010. Then you did Big Deal in 2016, and then the Impressions albums this year. Where is your music headed, and what are the topics that you're going to be talking about in the next album that you're making? Have you already thought about it?
Yeah. I'm writing a lot, and what I do is I write a whole bunch of songs to like 70% completion. And then I set a deadline for an album, and then I finish them all and pick the best ones. I'm going to continue to be introspective about things and to use songwriting to kind of deconstruct what I'm observing, just like the cell phone and stuff, and things that just really make me wonder, and writing songs about them are a way to go deeper into it and to really think about it. So, it's as much for me, and I hope that people find levels of connection in each song that they can relate to.
I'm kind of scared to ask because I'm an American, but it's going to be about politics too, because it's...
Yeah, it's actually all about Trump.
I hope not.
Kidding.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's not. There will be no American politics involved.
Oh, really?
In my next album.
Okay. No,
Is that good?
Oh no, I don't know. It depends on what
know.
you want. It depends on what you want people to take from what you're
Right.
saying. If it's something that annoys you or you want to talk about, then I guess it would be good if you wrote about it.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, there might be something, but again, I like my songs to not be really specific. They are about something, but I like to leave them broad enough that that you can take your own points of connection with them.
So you're talking about someone with yellow hair. Everybody might be able to figure out who you're talking about, but
Exactly.
yeah, but we won't go there.
Right.
Big Deal is the album that came out 2016, and this is the song we're going to hear, the last song we're going to hear today, and we already talked about what it's about. So
Yeah.
it's a big deal that you're here today. I'll talk to you in a minute afterwards, but I look forward to hearing Big Deal from the album Big Deal.
Thank you very much. Okay. There we go.
Don't expect something deep or bother seeing what's ever reach. I've been sick and I've been down. I don't know what it is, but here it comes. Hey, my poster's in a bathroom stall. You know I got it all made. So play your song. Oh, 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 I'm pretty big in a little town. My mom's friends know me when I play around. I play the chords and I sing the words, and if they're lucky, I'll repeat the verse. Hey, my song was on the radio in North Ontario last May. They played my song. Oh, 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 my friends had babies far away from town, but I'm still here, it's all working out. Sometimes I think I'll do some other work where I don't say a word or sing my hurt. Hey, my poster's at the local hall. You know I gotta give it all. So play your song. Oh, 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 ah, 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 ah. Oh, oh, ah, 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 ah. Oh,
It has been an honor to be able to talk to you tonight and today about your life and getting to know you a little bit more and getting to hear your wonderful music. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you very much.
I feel like I even know, I don't know, your brother Matthew and your mom and your dad and your housemates and stuff.
Family.
Yeah, the whole family.
We didn't even talk about my birth, though. We were going to do that.
Oh, you're right. You have to
next
come back.
Interview.
Absolutely. Which was very important because otherwise you wouldn't
it's
be able to.
the most important part.
Absolutely. Kelly Sloan, you can find her on the website kellysloan.ca, and you have a YouTube channel. And it was just a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you
Big
so
Deal
much.
is the album, and there's a new album coming out which is going to be all about not the American politics.
Exactly.
And it's just been a great pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did here in the studio. This was Sofa Recordings with Kelly Sloan on MUXX. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Turn to me, I will never be too far.